All right, and welcome everyone to another episode of the Senpai Kohai podcast. It's your boy Trey Sean, the left Joy-Con, and brought to you by the right Joy-Con, Steven. Steven, what are you doing? Are you drifting? Oh my, oh my God, you're drifting. You're drifting.
Oh, that's what
Get
the
back over
that's
here.
what the right that's what the right Joy-Con does, man. It's all about the drift. But
It is.
someone
Mine
what is
actually
it?
is having problems, so I got to figure out what's
Ah,
going on.
man, that shit is so annoying. It really is. I have actually gotten to the point where there's certain games I won't play on my Switch because I can't. And a good example of this is Valhalla, the bartending game. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the cyberpunk kind of like a bartending game. It's a low res kind of, just adventure game kind of vibe. Well,
That was my first
because it
Steam
requires
game.
really.
Yeah, that was the first one I bought on Steam. Yeah. But go ahead, sorry.
I'm so proud of you, PC Master Race, buddy. Um, you used to just be a console boy, and now look at you, grown up,
Oh
working
yeah.
your way towards senpai status. Um, the damn game requires you to input directions. So if you have drift on your controller, it just does whatever the hell it wants. So you can never get anything done. So I hate drift. I wish they'd find some kind of solution for it. I don't know if there is one necessarily based on current designs, but whatever. I appreciate the fact that I get to be the right Joy-Con.
And actually, it's not that mine's drifting now I think about it. My right Joy-Con just doesn't connect sometimes. Like it just doesn't read. I have to just reconnect it some days. I don't know what the deal is, but we actually talk about anime here too.
Absolutely. I think we just played a lot of games lately.
And gaming. We're doing a little bit more gaming than we are anime.
Yeah.
We try to balance, but
It's
shit, you do what you
it's been a
can.
busy Christmas season. It's been a busy Christmas season. I
It
absolutely
has,
understand it. We've
but
had to sneak
damn it,
in fun nerd shit.
when no one's looking, you just whip out whatever you can and play
Trey,
whatever you can.
you're not making it better.
No, I can't. I can't recover from that. Steven, speaking of Christmas, how was your Christmas? Merry belated Christmas. Pretty sure I told you Merry
Indeed.
Christmas, but here's another one. Do with it what you will. How was it?
It was good. It was actually probably okay. So in reality, I work in customer facing environment. It was terrible until the very day. But Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, we get together. We have snack foods, kind of like veggies and dip and like cheese ball and crackers, like just really chill kind of thing,
Mhm.
tapas, if you will. And then we exchange gifts, and that's kind of the way we set it, because a lot of us work in an environment with customers, and like we're usually really busy up until the day. No one wants to do the big turkey day equivalent, Christmas Day meal. So Christmas Day is off limits for everybody in the family. We get together on Christmas Eve, we do our thing, then everybody goes home, maybe a little late, and then Christmas Day, it is like low amount of clothes, all video game, movie, music, like just chilling the whole day. And I think it really works. It's a nice kind of reset button for the season, especially after I was told at least 6 times this year that I've ruined someone's Christmas, and one person started crying because we didn't have what they were looking for. So that was like a
Hell yeah.
grown adult, like a 57-year-old person burst into tears, told me I ruined their Christmas, and I just go, I'm sorry. There's nothing you can. It
You're
was
my
nothing I
third
could
one
control.
today, bitch.
Yeah, like,
Guess who's
it does hurt.
next?
It hurts your soul a little bit, but I survived, and I'm still in good spirits. And Christmas Day, I got to play some games, and we did the thing that we always seem to do in the last couple of years is we get the gift cards for eShop or
Mhm.
PlayStation Network or something like that, man. And we got the eShop this year, and Switch has that end of the year sale going on. Oh, we were shopping for the first couple hours. It was great. I got some good pickups. But it was very chill, very fun, and I enjoyed it. And now I'm kind of like recovering and getting ready for the new year. Thankfully, I'm off on New Year's, so whatever hijinks I get into, I don't have to worry about having to go to work the next day. But what about you? Like I barely had to talk to you, honestly. But I mean, I know your family's a little bit more like bigger and spread around, so you have multiple activities to do.
Yeah, we got a pretty big family between me and my wife, so we did celebrate with her family a little bit beforehand, and then my family was all during Christmas, and it was nice. We got to have everyone come in and celebrate with all the grandkids, the next generation of the Hendersons, and then all the current gen Hendersons all came in, and it was fun, just trading gifts and everything. And it was a blast. My brother dressed up as Santa, and that was really
Yeah.
fun to see him do that and interact with all the kids. They really enjoyed it. It was a blast. Just opening presents for my son was really fun. He's 18 months, and he just couldn't stay focused on anything because he's a baby. But
Yeah.
I'd open a present for him and he would run off. He wouldn't even see what else we were doing. But we would open the rest of his presents, and then when he'd decide to remember we existed, he would come back and check in on us, and then he'd run away again doing something
Oh
else. So we
man.
we opened all his presents, and he got some cool stuff. If he gets a little car bed here in the next couple months, I may move into his bedroom because he's got a pretty nice little setup. I'm pretty jealous. So I
I
may
love
have to
that.
make that car bed happen.
You may need to, and that's a great like kind of kid thing to do. I do find it hilarious that like his dad, he's easily distracted by a bunch of other stuff besides what's right in front of
Oh yeah.
him.
It doesn't take much. Something shimmering in the distance and I'm off. He's off.
Yeah,
He's too funny. But
I talk
it
like
was
I'm very focused, but I'm not.
we're neither of us are. It's okay. We have to rally each other and try to focus on a task at hand. It's okay.
Yeah.
So wow, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Nope. So did you get anything gaming or anime focused? I happened to get a couple good bag secured moments.
Oh,
I got a
the
Shin Megami
the
Tensei
fucking
3 Nocturne for the Switch. Pretty excited for that. And I've got a mechanical keyboard now for my PC. And it's an adjustment.
ooh.
I didn't realize what a mechanical keyboard is. Like, it's not just a regular keyboard. It feels different. It types
Mm-hmm.
different. Like, this
Yeah,
is an improvement. Like, it's cool. And I mean, it changes colors. I could set it to be an inferno where it looks like it's a fire underneath. It's
that's kind of
super cool.
wild.
Yeah.
That's
And then
amazing.
sometimes it's actually on fire, and I don't even know what to do then. But what else? I actually got a Kingdom Hearts Ultimania, which is probably one of the coolest things I got, which is like an art and lore book for Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got that next to my Dragon Quest illustrations, working on my coffee table books. And let's see. I want to say that's it. A Batman comic. I've got a couple bag secured, baby. Bag
Oh
secured.
God.
What a
I'm sorry, I can't take the bag secure thing seriously because to explain why this is so hilariously weird is whenever so we our friend group has a Discord channel and we all chat with each other occasionally because we all live far apart, so it's kind of the main way we stay in contact. But every time somebody gets something, this started with our friend Spencer saying bag secured, and our other friend being because he just took a picture of a thing on a table, and this is the dumbest shit on the planet. But then everybody spent the next hour explaining that that's not a bag, and then trying to argue the logic of what that was being said. It was like 8 to 9 idiots trying to one up each other with stupid logic, and yeah, I just that's almost as bad as the fucking like I don't know. Our Discord is an absolute shit show. The what was the goddamn long distance hand jobs using the Force?
Oh yeah, that was a fun one. A debate on whether or not Darth Vader could give you a hand job because he did choke that man from a distance. And really, if you think about it, if he has the dexterity and the focus to just reach out and delicately, tender your loins, then I mean, he
Tender
could
your
do it.
loins. Like this is a transaction. What the hell? Oh my god. Yeah, no, so the bag secured thing just makes me kind of laugh every time somebody says it. And I think I'm probably the last person to get into it, so I think I'm gonna eventually like have to post something and say bag secured so I can
You
start
got
the
to
debate
secure a
all
bag.
over again.
We got to see it. We got to see you
No,
secure something.
absolutely. Oh boy. But no, that's awesome that you got some really cool games and some like because you got mostly got game related stuff. I don't think a lot of your family gets you like anime related stuff very often.
Not normally, no.
If it's anything like my family, it's because it requires a certain level of knowledge that they just don't have. Um, this is why my Amazon wish list is kind of like the saving grace of some of my family members. So I can just be like, "This is a thing I want, and it's anime related." They may not even know that; they'll just pick something off there. Um, which Batman comic did you get?
The Batman Who Laughs, where the Batman becomes
Ooh,
the Joker, I believe is the
hmm
storyline for that one. It was
yeah,
real
it's
popular a year or so ago, I think. Whenever it may have been longer than that, but I think it's part of the Batman Metal series. I'm gonna read it and check it out. I'm really excited for it, but I just don't remember
yeah, some
quite where it
multiverse
fit into
shit.
the Batman multiverse, because there's like a
Hmm.
couple of Batman that go dark, and they all
Yeah,
fit into different hero scopes. Like there's a Batman that becomes a Green Lantern, but it's because he's a bad Batman. Like
yeah.
he's such a coward and such a evil man that he ends up wiggling his way into the Lantern Corps. If I remember the lore right, and I was like,
Oh wow.
what a shitty man. How does this go? And it was super cool.
Yeah, I
But
think they actually have like a Batman that's a vampire. I think that was in Gods and Monsters. Like he's bloodsucker or something like that.
maybe I don't, there's so many Batmen, so
Yeah.
many.
But
But
yeah, that you what's happening?
we have we have gone on for many things, around many
Hmm.
things, but let's go into what we're playing.
Okay.
what what
It's
do you
it's cool. I didn't want to tell you what I got anyways.
have we not even talked about what you got?
No, not at all. We've just
Give
been
it
talking
to
about
me.
you.
Give
All
it
right,
to me.
I'll do the bullet points so we make it easy. All right, I got Shin Megami Tensei 5. I got Tales of Arise and Neo The World Ends with You. And then
Those are
I
bad
got
secure moments. You didn't
they are back.
those
I haven't had the chance. Look, I have not had the chance to really look how many times I've posted in the Discord lately. I have not had time. I've been focused. I'm a man of sheer will and focus. That no, that's John Wick. Um, but I also
we're
got
gonna have to
Berserk.
trade Shin Megami Tensei's. Once I beat 3 and you beat
Absolutely,
5, we're gonna have to trade.
100% down because I don't need to buy another copy of something I can get my hands on if we just do a switcheroo.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
we'll talk about that later. But I also got Berserk, the collector's editions, volume 8 and 9, those big leather bound books that they
Hmm.
released for them. I got the most recent releases of that. And then I got Inuyasha on Blu-ray set 6. So I need to pick up 4 and 5, because that's what we do. I'll
Kind of
have
got
the
to
whole
have the whole
series.
thing.
Yeah, I because I had 1, 2, and 3, and I think I threw 4, 5, and 6 on the list, and I think one of my family members just grabbed whichever one was closest on the list, and I got the last one. But they run about like 22.50, so they're really affordable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um, but it's like 167 episodes for the initial TV run. Then there's the final act, which is another 26 episodes, and then there's like 4 movies of this series. Like, I don't know. Like, I remember this being a big deal back in the day. There's still tons of people who have like Inuyasha merch and are huge fans of it, as far as I'm aware of. I mean,
Yeah.
they even have a sequel series that came out this year, or maybe last year. I don't even remember anymore. Time is irrelevant to me.
I think it was
But
this year.
I got some good manga stuff. I got some good games. I have not finished Persona 5 yet. I know, spoiler alert, like Steven fails again. But I
3
was gonna
days.
play it on I was gonna play it on Christmas, but my significant other got me Tales of Arise, and so when she asked me, "Aren't you gonna try your new game?" I said yes, instead of saying no. I'm gonna play Persona 5. But Tales of Arise is the game I started out playing this Christmas, and man, is that a pretty game. It's beautiful. I love the battle system. It requires a certain degree of finesse, so that's really cool. Like some of the older Tales of games, you could get fancy, but you could also just mash the hell out of buttons and get by in most situations. This is a little more nuanced. Um and I like that because it makes me think about my battles a little bit more. And they have some cool new systems that kind of make it a little bit more challenging. But I love just the team up moves they have in this thing. It looks pretty. The main male and female lead are really likable and they have really good chemistry. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the characters because this is really well written. I easily put 4 hours in on Christmas Day and I didn't even notice. I just wanted to keep going. Like I haven't played an RPG like that in a while. That really made me just want to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, except for Persona 5, of course.
Doubt it.
I just get distracted so easily, and they have arcs in the game. Like they can't do that to me. Like, see, this one, like you just with Tales of Rise, just keep pushing right into the next plot point. In Persona, it's like here's this. There's clearly like this dungeon and this storyline that goes
Yeah.
with this dungeon, and then you go to the next one, and it's like here's this dungeon with its storyline. So it's very separated. So I can easily put it down like the distracted fool I am. I gave Neo: The World Ends With You a try. It's stylish. It's very hip, and it's pretty fun so far. I'm digging what I'm seeing. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. I didn't even start Shin Megami Tensei 5 yet because I'm still playing a Shin Megami Tensei game, so I didn't want to get myself confused.
You better. Oh
But
my! I'd lose my shit right here if you started Shin
oh
Megami Tensei 5.
yeah,
I'd go bananas right now if you just did that. You didn't even finish Persona. I'd
absolutely
end
just
everything.
get Trey frothing at the mouth on the podcast. Um, but we also got I got a lot of stuff on the Switch end of year sale. I'm actually real quick.
While he's grabbing it, I was able to secure a couple games as well. I got our next book club game, Onion Boy, Turnip Boy commits tax evasion. I keep mixing vegetables on that one,
You really do.
and
You butchered
they're
the
all the
name
same
in the
vegetable.
Discord and just now. No, they're not. They're
A
all
turnip
very
and an
different.
onion is the same thing.
No, it isn't. No, it
I,
isn't.
I
An
don't even know
onion
if
has
I've really
layers.
seen a turnip in real life.
A,
I
t-
don't think I've
a
seen a
turnip is a
turnip.
very fibrous kind of vegetable. Like it's you. They're
How do you look
completely
at something and
different.
see it's fibrous? Is
If
fibrous
it
a
had,
word?
it's got a lot of fiber. It's kind of like an apple. It's got that. It's got that like solid fiber. You know, dietary fiber. I don't know.
What? All right, whatever. I also got another game called Grand Guild that was on a super sale on the Switch for like $2. And I was just scrolling through and it caught my eye. And it's normally like 25, but it was $2. And I was like, okay, that's weird. And I looked at it and it looks like it's a tactical, not JRPG, maybe a JRPG. I don't know. A tactical RPG with a card based system. And I was like, that sounds really cool. I like that. And the art's really cool. I like what I saw. So I got it. $2 is $2. Surely I can't,
Yeah.
be wanting that back. But then I looked up reviews afterwards because I was like, maybe I'll start this. And it all didn't look good review wise for the game, but it all seemed really hurtful and critical that I saw, and I was like, okay, I feel like I'll be the saving grace for this game. I'll try it out and
Mm.
I'll give it the wholehearted try that I feel like it deserves. This looks like it's got some quality to it, but we'll see once I get to it. But
You
that's all
you
I got.
always you always you always have like this kind of like a very optimistic approach, but if it is truly a bad game, you're like, this is bullshit. It's gone in the
Yeah,
trash.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I,
I'm not gonna fluff it. It's the baby's ugly. I gotta leave.
that's a dumb child. Sorry, I don't know why I just thought of that. It's just like, you never want to tell your friends that about their babies. Don't do it. I did once. It didn't go well.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah, it was awful. I regretted the decision.
Yeah.
You ever have a knee jerk reaction to something and you're like, I shouldn't have said that out loud. That's kind of how that happened. It's been smoothed over since. In
Good,
all fairness,
good. I normally
they
don't
were
have those reactions. I'm normally pretty well formulated when it comes to my words. It's my facial reactions that give me away. Like something will happen
oh
and I can't control it. My face reacts. My words don't. I think before I speak, but I can't think before I react.
oh yeah no I have a bad like word diarrhea sometimes, and a lot of times they're not even like fully formed thoughts, so it can be weird. You may see some moments of that in the podcast occasionally. Oops. All right, so I got Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion as well, because it was on sale, and I
Yeah.
was pretty sure I told everyone about this, I went and looked. I could not find. I think I thought about telling everyone and then forgot to actually send it, and then I was convinced. And so when somebody else posted it, and I was like, I already said that. I then con- basically got dragged for like an entire day where people just kept mentioning that it's on sale just in case. Like, all of you jokers need to go to hell. But no, it was on really good sales. It was like $8.99, so that was a good grab. Actually, I think a lot of these sales are still kicking right now until January 1st. So if you like Switch games, get in there. Turner Boy's kind of like a Zelda kind of game in like a vegetable world. It looks like it's pretty funny. Um, I also got a short hike, which is apparently just like an exploration game with a little bit of narrative in it, and it's all about hiking around in the mountains and things like that. So, but it's like animals, it's like birds, rabbits, and things like that. And they do stuff. I got SteamWorld Dig 2, and I love the first game, so I'm looking forward to the second game. Didn't you say you're playing that?
I am playing SteamWorld Dig 2 right now. I've shelf Pokemon, and I'm actually playing that now. I'm really enjoying it. It's we'll get to that later. We'll let you finish your
Yeah.
sales, and then I'll get into that one.
I also got the this name. It's a Yoko Taro game, so it's got unique.
Oh, Voice of Cards.
There's Yeah, Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars.
Mm,
Um,
I love
it's
it.
like it's a completely card based JRPG. Like even the exploration is like cards flipping over and things like that. It's really cool. I dig it. I'm
Can you
looking forward to
say the
playing.
title of that with a Scottish accent?
I don't think so. I'm terrible at accents. It'd probably just come out
Mm,
Australian.
okay,
It's a-
interesting.
no, I think I need to the Isle. Nope, that's gonna be bad. That's gonna. I didn't even finish the second word. Nope. All right. Anyways, moving on. I also got this game called Sparklight, which is sort of like a really Game Boy Advance style Legend of Zelda roam around uh roguelike. So essentially there's you play this character and they gather these things called sparklights, which is basically the currency. And every time you get defeated, you have to go back to this flying fortress and you can upgrade it using that kind of currency, and you get different bonuses for the next time you go down to the ground, and then you got to go chase down a dungeon and a boss. And there's like clearly like 5 areas that you have to get to. It's really fun. It's got a good steady progression. It's not too complex, and none of the areas are really really long, so they don't stick around too long and get annoying. I'm a big fan of it. I've been playing through that pretty consistently. And then I got Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 because I'm gonna play Dragon Quest.
Now that's news. Of everything you bought, that was the only thing that mattered. You could have skipped everything else. Dragon Quest 1 through 3 is really the important stuff.
Your love of Dragon Quest knows no bounds, good sir.
It doesn't. I only love three things in this world, and that's Dragon Quest, Senran Kagura. I don't know what the third one is.
Your wife?
Anyway,
Is she
my
home? Can
family.
she hear you? Can she hear you making this mistake right now? Oh my gosh.
No. Actually, this is the first time we're recording during the day. She's still at work, so
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah.
And without further ado, we'll go ahead and just get into our games we're currently playing. Um, I'll start us off. We already kind of touched on mine. I am playing SteamWorld Dig 2. I got all of the SteamWorld Dig games on probably this Switch sale earlier this month. And I just decided to start SteamWorld Dig 2. I really liked the first one, and the second one really just improved on everything from the first one. It's just bigger. Everything feels a lot smoother. It's prettier. Like everything's so smooth. Like it's just an improvement overall. Like it's not quite the crystal to the yellow for Pokemon, but it is quite an improvement on the first one. I'm excited to see what these other SteamWorld games are about, but I'm really enjoying it. I think I even 100%ed the first one on my DS. So I don't know
Oh
if I'm going to
wow.
quite do that for this one. This one's pretty tedious, but I am enjoying my time in these mines and caves and dungeons. I don't think I'm playing it. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy 13, but I'm that's a dead horse at this point. I'm not gonna keep beating that one. But
Absolutely. You used to beat and stuff, but this dead horse isn't
yeah,
one of them.
yeah, but not not the horse. I'll leave that one alone.
I
What are
don't
you
know why I'm
playing,
being a
Steven?
child today. I'm playing Sparklight and Tales of Arise. But
Oh well,
honestly,
shit. We've already we've already
yeah,
covered it.
we've done this. Like you're spot on about SteamWorld Dig 2 is kind of mainly the only thing we had left because I went into pretty quick details with Tales of Arise and Sparklight. I'd say the only other game I have to play is Persona 5 Royal, which I will be doing once we're done with recording this podcast. But
Hmm.
yeah, are you watching anything right now?
I am still watching Scorching Ping Pong Girls. Whenever I want to, I guess it's not a must watch for me. It's just whenever I'm like, I guess I could go back to that show. It's cool and everything. The Sakuga is real cool whenever the ball starts going back and forth and the girls are like,
Mhm.
okay, here we go, and then they just start fucking paddling, and that it's pretty nice. Um, I never thought I'd say that about a show called Scorching Ping Pong Girls. But that's what happens when 2012 doesn't fulfill its prophecy. Um,
Well,
I'm
yeah.
I'm also watching Arcane. I am
Yes.
7 of 9 episodes in, right? I think 9 episodes.
Yeah.
I got to wrap that up. I'm probably going to finish that when we're done here. That
Yeah.
way it's off my plate and we can try to work on talking about that at some point. I know we're going to dedicate an episode to that Riot masterpiece. And so we'll
Ah,
talk about that.
yes. I'm looking forward to takes and opinions, but we will
And I
definitely
got them.
work on that. You
I
got him.
got them.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. But is that pretty much it? Is that all you got?
Yes. Oh,
You
my
sound so
wife.
unsure.
I always am. My wife. So I think I've brought it up a couple times. Me and my wife were watching Kami-sama Kiss, and I let my wife determine when we're watching Kami-sama Kiss, and so we have picked it back up where we're watching it, and it's so funny. It's I really enjoy it when we're watching it, but I never turn it on myself. It's just whenever she wants to watch it, and I'm like, oh, cool, we're watching an anime, and so we'll just be watching Kami-sama Kiss. And I'll try to be working on something because it's not one I got to pay attention to. It's you can hear what's
Mhm.
going on and you pretty much know what it is, and it's just goofy nonsense. We're in season 2
It
of that.
is. Yeah, it's
Um,
like goofy, silly shojo stuff, right?
yeah, pretty much. They
Yeah, I like that sort of thing.
what was it? Season 1 just ended. They just kissed for the first time, and I was like, that's a demon fox thing you're kissing. Is that okay? You know? Oh no. But whatever. She's the land god, so she can do whatever she wants, I guess.
Oh,
See
that's
what
right. I remember this story. I've read a good chunk of the manga. It's actually a pretty good story. It's
it's
goofy as
fun.
hell though.
Oh
Yeah,
god, it
absolutely.
doesn't stop being goofy. It's really enjoyable. But that's pretty much it. What are you watching, guy?
I sat down and watched the 3 episode OVA of Gunsmith Cats. So there's an older anime company called Anime Igo or Animego. I don't really know how to actually pronounce it, but they used to do like samurai films and yakuza thrillers and like older anime. Like I think they originally released Urusai Yatsura and Kimigure Orange Road and a bunch of
Oh,
other
yeah.
stuff. They did Bubblegum Crisis, like the original 1980s one. So they were a smaller company, and so a lot of their stuff had to be even before the era of Kickstarter. Like you did a lot of pre-orders for them to actually like they had to get a certain amount of pre-orders to do a show.
Mhm.
Now they just use Kickstarter exclusively. I've gotten several series that I love from them, like Writing Bean, Maddox 01 is coming out soon. It's literally like a really short 1 episode OVA about a guy that gets trapped in a mech and it goes rampaging and he has to be saved. It's a it's kind of a wild experience.
You've
But
talked
Gunsmith
about that
Cats,
one. Yeah,
yeah,
I remember.
Guns Gunsmith Cats is just for me. It's the manga is very like violent and kind of in edgy and a little bit and it has like content that's just absolutely for adults. um kind of set in, I think it's Chicago, but the author has like this huge love of like this American city, muscle cars, things like that. So this is featured in a lot of the stuff, and it's just this fun story about Riley Vincent and Minnie May, a couple of hard-boiled private detective women who get into hijinks, and they have like a muscle car, and Minnie May's a demolitions expert, and Riley Vincent's kind of the badass lead female, and it's it's really cool. It's just action packed, and there's lots of gunfights and explosions. Minnie May is one of my favorite characters. While she has a lot more of a kind of a sexual side to her in the manga, they really kind of tone all of that out in the OVAs. And she has like grenades that are pink and like have like ears on them, and but they're like still extremely explosive and damaging. And it's just they always are fighting like, why'd you destroy everything again? And it's just 3 episodes of typical action and kind of like a little bit of a plot. And it's 90s old school cell animation, really well done, very fluid. Like I'll have to show it to you sometime, because it's each of the episodes is only like 25 minutes, so you're looking at a grand total of like 75 minutes to watch the whole thing.
It's
I
not
mean,
bad.
maybe a little bit longer if you watch the credits, but it's been remastered on Blu-ray. It looks, they got together with the author, like he did special art for it. They restored all the way from the masters. It's a beautiful piece of work, and so I just every once in a while I'll pull one of those out and watch it, because it's a little short thing. I had a lot of time to sit down and watch anything. I have like a list of stuff I'm working on getting to for the new year, and I took a little bit of time off soon, so I will be playing catch up. But that's it. That's all. That's all I've watched, really. I haven't even watched another show or a movie or anything. Oh, that's not true. I watched The Grinch on Christmas Day, like the Illumination like 3D CG one. I like it.
Oh.
I know a lot of
Ah.
people don't. A lot of people don't.
Ah.
I do. I do. It's the right amount of dumb and the right amount of Christmas for me, and I love it. Like
I'm
my co-host just lost all respect for me.
I have, man. As a
Wow.
connoisseur of
Wow.
children's movies, it's awful. It, it, I'm disappointed in Illumination for that movie. Like, I don't know if they had
Whatever.
just a contract with Pharrell for the soundtracks of everything, but he did the one for Despicable Me. I'm pretty sure he curated the
Mhm.
soundtrack for The Grinch, and it's awful. The
He
Grinch
did. I
is
will I'll admit the soundtrack is a little off in places.
yeah.
Absolutely.
The Grinch, like the humor isn't there, and maybe that's just me, but like I enjoy slapstick to a degree,
Mhm.
but like the shit that happens in there isn't funny. Like it's
Mm,
just it's something that happens, and like there's not like that hit humor, hit humor, where
mm.
if that makes sense. It
I get
just
it.
doesn't happen in the Grinch. It's just something happened, and you're supposed to
Mhm.
think it's funny. You understand it's a comedic event, but it's so dumb. And granted, my son watches these movies back to back to back, so I really have too much time to look at these movies and see that this is stupid. But I don't know, like I enjoy like the Paw Patrol movie over the Grinch.
Wow.
It's
All right, let's
there's
stop
a
talking about this and talk about winter anime. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You've hurt my
there's more
actual feelings.
substance. I said it. All right.
It's fine. I like dumb shit, whatever. Anyways, on to the meat and potatoes of this episode. After Trey ripped one of my Christmas classics to death, uh, we're gonna be talking about the new anime that's coming out in winter 2022. We'll try to hit as much as possible, get some synopsises out there, and a quick kind of like, are we doing it, or are we gonna watch this, or are we not gonna watch this? I only watched like 3 things from last season, so I didn't really accomplish as much as I had hoped, but let's see how the winter goes. All right, let's bring up the list. Trey, you hit me
So
with the
we
first
are
one.
pulling okay. We're pulling all this from animeplanet.com. They do a really good job of curating lists from different seasons, upcoming seasons, and kind of breaking it down and giving you synopsises. So really recommend using these guys if you want to check out what's coming up. I mean, you could also use places like Crunchyroll, but it's just kind of up to you and your preference. But Anime Planet is who we found and trust. So for me, I'll go first. It's going to be Akebi-chan no Sailor Fuku, Really pretty art. Really liking what I've seen here from Cloverworks. It is, or I'll give a description. Robai Private Academy is a prestigious girls' middle school in the country. For Akebi Komichi, donning the school's sailor uniform is a dream come true. Her middle school dream life is finally beginning. Verdant, open countryside vistas, the slow flowing time of youth. So this pretty much just seems like just a nice slice of life about a girl getting into the school she wanted, and just kind of life ensues. But
Mm-hmm.
this title card looks beautiful, or this key visual looks gorgeous, like almost fruit baskety. I'm not sure if
Mm-hmm.
Cloverworks worked on Fruit Basket. I'll have to look into that, but it's beautiful, and that alone, I'll give it a try for that, because really, for me, it's a name and a picture. That's how I got into Testament of Sister New Devil. And granted, I should learn my
Mm-hmm.
lesson, but we're gonna see what happens next.
All right. Yeah. So you gonna watch this?
I would like to try. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'm not. You tell me about it later on. It
Oh,
sounds
okay,
okay.
okay.
So what it sounds like to me is there's this older series called what is it? Maria Sama Watches Over Us.
Hmm.
There's also a Japanese version. I think I know the title, but I'm not going to butcher it. So we're just going to go with the English title. Maria Sama Watches Over Us. The same kind of vibe I'm getting is it's an all girl school, and it's basically about how the girls kind of look up to this one student and how they all interact, and like there's a little bit of drama, but it's mostly kind of like a pretty breezy series. And that's what I'm getting from this. And I hate to admit it, I own all of Maria Sama Watches Over Us, and I don't know, I wasn't hugely impressed. It's just something I have this kind of this like time capsule from back then, and so I'm not gonna waste my time checking this out because I have a lot of things on this list that are already catching my eye. So I'll let you watch it and tell me about it.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So
Okay,
what you got?
so
We'll
next
take turns.
I got okay. Here we go. The next one on this list is Ari Ferretta from Commonplace to World's Strongest, second season. This is an isekai, your favorite genre. I died on stream. Um, this is okay. So this is a very edge lordy kind of main protagonist isekai too. I'm I've read a bit of the manga. It didn't. So it's like him and his class get transported to another world, and they basically abandon him to die. And he ends up surviving and developing these like crazy powers because of it. And then he starts picking up his first lady, and then he makes these guns. I think he eventually makes like a motorcycle or something like that, and I think he even makes a mech suit at some point, and he picks up more girls along the way, and just it's a big huge power, like edge lord power fantasy, because he doesn't trust no one the
Jesus
whole time. And
Christ. Where have
yeah,
I seen this before?
I know it's for me, like a lot of people like Ari Ferretta, and I get it. Power fantasies are fun to watch. I'm actually a pretty big fan of some of them, but I didn't like the main character in this one, even in like the manga form. I'm probably not going to watch it. There are people out there that this is for. I am not that person. If you like it, go for it, man. Enjoy power fantasies, enjoy your isekai. I just am a lot more choosy about my isekai these days. Um,
Although the key visual for this one is pretty nice.
uh,
A lot of waifu material here. Looking
yeah,
good.
definitely lots of waifus in the series, but I'm also reticent because the first season kind of had a dip in quality at a certain
Oh.
point. Um, and a lot of times that stuff gets fixed in like Blu-ray releases and things of that nature. So, but I'm curious to see if the quality of the animation, like, because there was I think somebody posted some pictures of the first season's like kind of wonkiness, and I'll probably look out for if something like that happens with the second season. Anyways, yeah, this is a big name. It's not my name, but it's there for somebody. All right, what's on? You're on the next one.
So, uh, first off, there's this show called Baby Hamatong that is coming out. Hang on, what the fuck is that about? It's it doesn't even have a synopsis. It looks like
Yeah,
home videos from Adult Swim. Do you remember home videos?
I do. That's actually one of my first times hearing H. John Benjamin's voice.
Oh, okay. It looks like those
Yeah,
jumpsuits those guys would always wear, or the kids would always wear. Like I just looked at it, I just thought of home videos. But anyway, my next one is
I
going to be
love that
Attack
show.
on Titan. It was cool. I remember
Yeah.
looking, or I was probably watching anime, and then that would come on, and I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
fine, I'll deal with home videos. But
Hmm.
Attack on Titan, the final season, part two. Um, I'm just excited for it. It. Do I don't think I need to describe this. It's part two of the final season of Attack on Titan. It's been going for what, for
Yeah.
10 years now? 10 years. So ready to wrap this up, put the bow in it. I'm probably going to start the final season here in the next week or so I could start catching up and watching this simultaneously.
Yeah. Now I can finally actually make a solid attempt at watching Attack on Titan. I've only seen 2 episodes.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, I started the show. Everybody was like, "It's the best thing since sliced bread. It's so amazing." I did see footage of like the action, and it was really well done. I mean, what studio was involved? But I just couldn't get super invested at the time. Uh, I'm hoping that changes now that I have a little bit of time to like really get to know the characters.
Yeah,
Um, but I
it
hated
changed
Aaron.
for me.
I hated Aaron. I hated Armin. The only character I like was Mikasa and the Potato Girl. So
You hated Armin? He's oh
yeah,
man, wow. He's the
I
only
well,
character I really like. Well, I like everyone
well,
else but Aaron. Aaron is a pain in the ass to deal with.
I hate Aaron. He's such a little shit, even at the beginning of the series. Um, and Armin was just kind of a little bit of a wuss to start out. I hear he gets like he comes up, like he gets a
Oh
glow
yeah.
up in the series. So that's enough to make me go, okay, I'll give it some attention. And I wanted to wait until it was done. It's one of those series that's just I don't know. I feel like I can't imagine watching that and being like super hyped for it, and then having to wait a year or so before season 2 came around, and then wait
Well, dude,
another year or so.
imagine like so I binged it all. What was it, last year? I got through
Yeah.
seasons 1 through 3, and I was about to start season 4 when I saw all the shit about season part 1 just ended, and I was like, "What?" So I've been waiting a whole year to start season 4 so I can do all this. And I mean, granted, some people like this week by week or waiting for seasons and
Mhm.
doing all that, but I like taking my meals all at once. I don't space
Yeah.
my shit. So I don't know. Some people are
I
weird
don't
like that and can manage their time.
I don't mind like the week to week as long as I know that the story is kind of gonna wrap up by the end of a season or two. Like I kind of got burned by Don Machi because I was a huge fan of that, and then I had to wait a very long time before more of it was animated. I
Yeah.
actually was like I started to give up because I was like I want to know more about these characters, and then nothing happened, and I almost went out and bought the light novels, but then they made a second season and a third season. Anyways, my turn. Let's see. Okay, that's
Well,
that baby Hamatang thing that looks like
home
looks like
videos.
home videos.
It looks
Q
awful.
is a Q is an anime that says 16 aspiring voice actors aim to achieve their anime dreams to become Seiyu stars. Its tags include idols, showbiz, and based on a mobile game. All right,
uh
it's a mobile game.
what?
Oh, look, here's Dull's Frontline. It's an action sci-fi post-apocalyptic series based on a mobile game. Man, I
It
just
looked like
back
it
to
was
back.
based on a mobile game. It looks
Yeah,
like a mobile game.
it does. It's got all
Oh,
the right designs, the red tint to some of the characters, and
its
oh
alternate
boy, yeah,
title is Girls Frontline. I'm pretty sure that is a mobile game.
it is. I think they've been advertising it quite a bit on like Google Play Store and stuff like that. So I'm gonna finally get to one that isn't based on a freaking mobile game, and that is Fantasy Bishojo Juniku Ojisanto. Or
Hmm.
Life with an Ordinary Guy Who Reincarnated into a Total Fantasy Knockout. What a weird
What?
title. Yeah, let me read the synopsis. It's gonna get weirder. It's gonna get weirder. A dull old man and his handsome best friend were summoned to another world by a naked goddess. However, because of the goddess's mischief, he is turned into a peerless, beautiful girl. To get back his body, he has to go on a journey with his best friend to defeat the Demon King, an old man that became a beautiful girl and a handsome old man. What?
Uh,
Like
okay.
this has the gender bender tag is on it, so just your mileage may vary here. I'm curious how this story is going to go. Like, is it going to be like he like wants to get his body back, or he stops wanting to? Like, that's kind of
I
a
feel like that's where it's probably going to go. Is he likes
Mhm.
where he's at and comfortable in the world, and he'll kind of stay there. But I don't know, maybe. Did you
Yeah.
watch Goku Idols or Goku Dolls?
Oh yeah, I did. Well, I didn't watch it. I read it originally.
God. I
Yeah,
watched
that is
that
a
while we were in the hospital with Nolan being born, and God, that was good. Where the
yeah,
yakuza thugs are forced to dress up and become pretty much idols, and it's
yeah,
that one was so funny. I was dying so much.
yeah. That was a hilarious one. Okay, so I probably won't watch that. I'll probably have somebody tell me about it. Um, oh Lord, it's your turn.
All right, so next up, or I'll just kind of go through. We have Futsal Boys, which looks like soccer. Uh, I think I'm seeing at least two more isekais. This is awful. I'm about to pass out on stream. I don't know if I can live like this. Um this one is Love of Kill that's catching my eye. She's a professional hitman and he is also a professional hitman and she's his target caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse, and she will fall first. Or will he? And this one, that seems pretty cool. You know, that's a fun little love story as they if they fall in love or if they fall in death. You know,
I don't know.
who's gonna find out?
I can't help but notice you turn into Yoda on the second half of a lot of those freaking sentences. Like,
Kill of love.
oh my god, it's got that kind of like really stylish, like serious anime like art style going on, like the kind you see in like Psychopaths or,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. I
like
could see
Be the
that.
Beginning, yeah, things like that. That looks
Ah,
pretty interesting.
I forgot
Um,
about Beat the Beginning. Gosh,
let's see here.
I could have gone another year. I could probably
They,
trick my wife into watching this one with me. We could I think she would love that kind of story.
oh
Actually,
yeah,
wait a minute. Isn't there a Gerard Butler Jennifer Aniston movie? Yeah, wait a
what?
minute. This is already a movie with Gerard. It may not be Gerard Butler. Oh my gosh, what is it called? Where they're both bounty
It's
hunters.
it's Mr. and Mrs. Smith with what's her name, Angelina Jolie and Brad
And
Pitt.
Brad Pitt. But they're married. They do missions together. There's another one. I it is literally not worth the thought. Not worth the thought.
I was gonna say it's really not.
Yeah.
Um,
Never mind.
uh, okay, and then there's the second part of how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom that's coming out. I didn't really get into. I haven't got the chance to watch the first one, so maybe I'll start with that. This is the this is also the season that has the Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt in that similar kind of like genre. But
Mhm.
I love this synopsis. I have to read it to you. Oops. Prince Wine is ready to commit treason. And who can blame him? Faced with the impossible task of ruling this pathetic little kingdom, this poor guy just can't catch a break. But with his brilliant idea of auctioning off his country, this lazy prince should be able to retire once and for all. Or that was the plan. Until his treasonous schemes lead to disastrous consequences, namely accidental victories in the favor of his people. So
Wait.
this sounds like a comedy. Like it sounds like he's basically this shitty, prince that is trying to sell off his country so he can take the money and run, and he ends up like succeeding.
This
Yeah,
is like a
comedy.
funny Saga Tanya of Evil. That's what that is. Wow, okay. I mean, maybe that's fun. I don't know, but yeah, because she's trying to get out of there and retire and do good things by being well, but she does so good that it ends up getting her in more trouble. But you know, she does good for her country, I guess. But you know, except for this, just looks like a generic anime. I don't know. I'm not drawn in by this art or this name at all. But I don't
Hmm.
know if the first season's funny. That's what have to get me is something like Konosuba, where it's like it's that stupid, and maybe I can get into that.
All right. So what's your next one?
My next one, unexpectedly for me, is My Dress Up Darling. Uh, I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen trailers for this, and it kind of looks like it has that same 3D art or 3D CGI, I guess. That oh god, we talked about it last week. The Mr. Butler and his Lady Death,
Yeah,
Mr.
no,
Death
the
and
Duke
his
of
Lady
Death,
Butler,
it's the Duke of Death and his butler.
Willy
Yeah.
Wonka and the Chocolate Death, something like that. But this one is traumatized by a childhood incident with a friend who took exception to his love of traditional dolls. Wait, Okay. Doll artisan hopeful Wakana Goju passes his days as a loner, finding solace in a home ec room at his high school. To Wakana, people like beautiful Marin Kitagawa, a trainee girl who's always surrounded by a throng of friends, is practically an alien from another world. But when cheerful Marin, never one to be shy, spots Wakana sewing away one day after school, she barges in with the aim of roping her quiet classmate into her secret hobby cosplay. Will Wakana's wounded heart be able to handle the invasion from this sexy alien? Uh. So looks like Cloverworks is making this. This is from Square Enix. This is probably going to be cool. I'm real excited for that. Normally, Square
I
Enix is
love
putting
this
out pretty cool
series.
anime.
I love this series. The series is fantastic. And the actual like theme of the series is a lot less of what it sells itself as. Um, one of my favorite things is the main guy is just so in love with like doing like clothes and makeup and things like that for traditional dolls, like traditional Japanese dolls, and so like basically it's viewed very poorly with kids his age,
Mhm.
especially when he was younger. So he stays away from everybody, and she just literally jumps in like she's that your typical like rowdy gal, but she's amazed by what he does, and so it kind of helps him open up a bit. And my like this isn't much of a spoiler, so one of my favorite things is he finally agrees to do a cosplay for her, and you're like, all right, cool, plot's going. And then he's like, okay, so well, what's this thing that we're making a cosplay for? And it turns out to be a game called Sticky Girls 3, and it's basically a character from a hentai, and she wants him like, and she's like apparently really hardcore into it and starts talking, it like shows him the game as for reference material, and it's like all a porn game, and it's so freaking funny. Like it's just a really cool series, and I one of my favorite things about it is it's really not heavily focused on romance. it's it's about cosplay. It's about how these people do these things, the culture, and also about Gojo. It's about the guy. And like because a lot of these series are basically about the girl, and it's like, okay, who's like what relationship is gonna be the end point. That's not what the series is about. And it's I really enjoy it for that. And the art's really great. I like Marin a lot.
Okay,
Um
that sounds
but yeah,
kind of neat.
I'm super stoked for this. Very much super stoked for it. All right. What you got next?
So, oh, that was mine. You're next.
Oh, fine. It's my turn. Whatever. Let's see what else I got in here that was catching my eye. Oh, I want to read this because it's just so goofy. There's definitely a lot more edgy stuff coming out in recent years. This one is called Tensei Shoya Kara Musabori H Oji no Honmei wa Akuyaku Reijo. I purposely read that the most broken shit ever.
Yeah.
Alternative title: World, it was a Game World Reincarnation, Sex on the First Night.
Ooh. Ooh.
The story, yeah, like I was like, what? The story follows an office lady who is reincarnated into her favorite Otome game as the villainous Diana. Prince Sirius gets close to Diana, although he is supposed to love the game's heroine. In an effort to prevent the bad ending, which leads to the world's destruction, she seduces him. However, despite her efforts, the prince ends up falling for her. This is
uh,
wild.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me know how that
There's
goes.
always some weird one. No, I don't know if I'm actually gonna watch it. Like I just sounds way too. It was just such a funny like alternative title, and I just it sounds like it wants to be like another like reincarnated as the villainous thing, but with like sex.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like, okay, it has sex in it. Cool. Anyways, your turn.
My next one will be Requiem of the Rose King, which first off is a sick ass title. Um, this description is Richard's father, the patriarch of the House of York, is poised to become king of the medieval England during the bloody Wars of the Roses. But just as success is imminent, he's abruptly cut down. Plunged into despair, Richard acts out in revenge and must face a powerful and beautiful new enemy. And that just
Ooh.
sounds amazing. However, this one has tags like shojo, revenge. I mean, clearly medieval, historical, and this just sounds like it'd be a neat little political, maybe love story. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Potential some Romeo and Juliet shit going on, but I am curious about it, so I'll give that a shot.
Nice. I there's also Sora Iro Utility. which is
Ooh,
the
yeah.
anime about golfing girls, and it seems to be made by Yostar Pictures, which I think Yostar is a company that makes like Azure Lane and Arknights.
Hmm.
So apparently, it's going to be about girls who play golf, and so our friend Daryl's going to be really into this. I'm curious. I actually am going to check that out just because I'm curious to see what kind of animation Yostar is putting out,
Hmm.
because I think they're also making a Arknights anime, and I am interested in that. All right, your turn again, my friend.
So I have this one right here, and I mean, we kind of talked about it a little bit. The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. This is actually literally just for the thighs that I've seen.
That's right. You posted pictures from this series.
Yeah, they've done some really good art for the female here. The description is Prince Vine is ready to commit treason.
I read
Ooh,
this one already.
you did? Wait,
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
thought
read
you
this one already.
read the description for that other anime, the How a Realist Kingdom or
No,
the Realist Hero. Oh,
no.
yeah. Well, then never mind. Ugh, that's disappointing because that's the one that sounded
uh
like Saga Tanya of Evil. Never mind.
yeah, yeah.
So
We
my
literally like talked about it already.
yeah, I misunderstood then.
It's
So
all good.
mine is wearily gonna be World's End Harem. Uh cuz I'm just going to read the description. The time is near future Tokyo, Japan in 2040. That's not really near future. Reito, a young man suffering from an intractable disease, vows to reunite with his childhood friend Arisa and decides to cold sleep to secure her illness. That's cryogen, whatever. When he wakes up 5 years later, the world was undergoing a major transformation. The MK, the male killer virus, kills 99.9% of men on the planet. The ground was a super harem with 5 billion women for every 5 men. Only 5 men numbers are resistant to the MK virus. One of them, Reito, is required to mate for the survival of the remaining women in humankind. Harem life waiting for the world after the pandemic. At the same time, Reito is involved in a global conspiracy over numbers. Can he overcome the temptation and save the world?
Oh my lord.
Um, so this one has tags such as shonen, oh, pandemic, too real, terrorism, and etchy. So that is a roller coaster of of
Oh my
tags,
gosh. This
but I it's gonna
this is a
depend.
hentai this is a hentai play. Like the series is actually, the storyline is actually pretty good, but there is a lot of like tits and sex and stuff like that going on in between.
I'm
Um
probably not going to be able to handle it. I really could barely handle Testament of Sister New Devil, and it just had a lot of like suckling. Like it, I could barely handle that. Like I don't think I'm
yeah.
going to be able to handle this. It was,
Yeah.
I don't know, and maybe I'm just too
I
prude,
mean,
but
no, 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 no. It's just like there seems to be like every season there seems to be like one of those series that pushes the line a little bit,
yeah.
and it should prove interesting. I mean, the animation looks solid, and I know the story, so because I read the manga, because I apparently am trashy and can't stop reading it. They actually got to a point in the story that like there was I almost dropped it because there was a lot of kind of like nude and sex scenes early on and like
Hmm.
establishing a lot of characters that weren't the main character. So I was like, ah, come on. But then they actually finally started going forward with the story. So that worked out well. My next choice is Teasing Master Takagi-san season 3. This is an adorable diabetes causing little sort of romance series. It's not like deep romance, but it's basically about this guy Nishikata and his friend Takagi,
Hmm.
and basically he's always challenging her to different challenges to try to beat her. Of course, he never wins, and she does a lot of teasing of him, and it's just really cute. It's a lot of fun. I've seen both of the first 2 seasons, and I read the manga still. I love it. It's so good. I'm looking forward to that one. Um, let's see here.
I only have one more
Okay.
for shows coming out this season. It'll be The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest. Um, this one just had a goofy kind of title, and it doesn't seem to scream isekai, but it's just kind of okay, I guess. So this one, his strength limited by the magical crest with which he was born, Matthias, the world's most powerful sage, decides reincarnation is necessary to become the strongest of all. Upon his rebirth as a young boy, Matthias is thrilled to discover he's been born with the optimal crest for magical combat on his first try. Unfortunately, the world he's been born into has abysmally poor standards when it comes to magic, and everyone thinks he's still marked for failure. Now it's up to Matthias to prove everyone wrong, world's strongest sage style. And it seems okay, seems like a goofy little premise as he tries to best himself in the world and prove himself. And I don't know, it seems like a goofy little feel good shonen.
I'm interested. You'll have to let me know how that turns out. The girl's design doesn't really grab me, and he
Yeah.
looks like pretty standard protagonist look. But I love these tags. The tags are like they have some pretty standard like fantasy, comedy, harem, and then they have things like cheats, person in a
Yeah.
strange world. It's so goofy. I like it. Um, I got I think that's it. There's a lot more coming out this season. But I think that's a lot of the stuff that really kind of catches my eye. There's some there's a 10th season of Yami Shibai. Oh yeah. If for those that don't know, Yami Shibai is basically just this Japanese ghost story show, and it's like set up to be kind of like this weird like puppet show that this traveler puts on, and it ranges from actual like historical horror stories to weird alien abduction type stuff. Like it's just all these like quick like 10-minute like horror like scary stories, and it's a lot of fun to watch. I've watched 3 seasons of this. I have 7 more to go, and I like it's just so fun. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Hmm.
I love it. Anyways, I've gushed enough about our scariest stories show, and we've had a lot of fun messing about and talking what's coming up in this new season. Feel free to hit us up on Facebook or on our YouTube or anywhere to tell us what you're gonna watch and like what you think of our opinions, which is usually trash.
Yeah, normally
What about
we're
you?
normally on the lower end, but it's cool
Mm-hmm.
as long as we're enjoying what we're watching. Make sure you leave us a rating wherever you're watching, good or bad. We'd like to know how we're doing and how we can help. So please leave us wherever you're watching. Not leave us a rating wherever you're watching. Um, but with that,
Trey has
Steven, I'm
commitment
not ready to get
issues.
sucked in.
You're not ready to get tucked in?
It's too early for that. So
Uh,
I'm gonna play Samuel Dig, I guess. I don't
you're
know.
gonna watch Arcane, aren't you?
Ah,
Uh,
fine, fine. I'm gonna watch Arcane.
You gotta finish it. You gotta finish it.
You're right.
All
I
right.
do.
I'm gonna go play Persona 5.
You better. If I don't see
All
you
right.
pop up on my PlayStation that I don't have playing Persona 5, then I'm gonna be upsetty spaghetti. Very much so.
Upsetting spaghetti. All right. You want to wrap this bad boy up?
Yes, sir. All right, guys. We will see you next time. You guys have a great new year. Steven, I'll see you soon.
Soon. Good night.
Night.